I grew up in the shadow of the largest refinery in the world, and so I've kind of lived my whole life next to big industry. So I have a difficult time getting on board with the AI is coming and we should be excited about it. Why is this economically attractive? Why is money being spent on it? Because it's not just a kind of vanity project. It's supposed to make money, and how is it supposed to make money? Information is the new oil boom, and um, how could you possibly get more information on consumers than getting direct feed on their mind? It's an untapped resource, and that so it's basically a race to monopolize that raw material. Neural interfaces are economically organized to that end, not the kind of things that they're promised to do are pretty superficial and not really useful yet. They're looking for reasons to persuade us that we need to do this. And if you look at the economics, it's obvious why they're so keen. It's less obvious how it's supposed to help any of the next generations of consumers. Another rhetorical play to help us get on board with neural interfaces is to say we'll fix disability. And I work in disability quite a lot. Big tech doesn't have a real interest in disability. So it has an opportunistic interest in some disabilities for a certain amount of time, and not to necessarily even make the people's lives better on whom they're experimenting. There's no evidence that is actually happening. There's a difference between transformation and metamorphosis. So we can change ourselves. I would say metamorphosis is just changing ourselves within the parameters of the world in which we currently live. I understand Christianity to have a pretty thick definition of transformation, which means that true change is alteration of our imagination of the social horizon. Without transformation, you can't conceive of metamorphosis in a non-violent way. The problem of torturing monkeys till you figure out how to get a wire in their brain, or using disabled people to develop a technology for economic reasons, those are problems of violence that you get when you're just seeking metamorphosis and you have no imagination for transformation. Rich people live forever. Poor people can do more work. We all have a bigger bank account, and are sick less and get disabled less. That's kind of naked metamorphosis.